My first time tracking calories, I used a notebook and Googled every food myself. Little did I know that this was the most barbaric and time-consuming way of going about it. So today, let's avoid younger me's mistakes and learn how to track calories without wanting to end it all. Number 1, use an app for God's sake. Look, the first thing I'll get out of the way is yes, I am biased. Our business model is based on an application that can track your calories. We have a free version, we have a paid version. So am I a piece of shit? Yes, but using an app is so much more efficient than using a piece of paper and Googling everything. Look, I went through this myself. I told you at the start, I used to use a piece of paper and Google every single calorie. This took me forever and I hated tracking up until I downloaded an app like MyFitnessPal. You know, there's other apps like Chronometer, our app, Kitchen Savvy. You can scan barcodes or even scan foods and it will tell you the amount of calories in that portion. The only hard part is just that you have to sometimes weigh the food with a scale if you want to be more accurate than, you know, inputting one apple. Apps are far better because you don't have to Google anything. If you want to eat a banana, you can just type in one large banana and it will give you the calories for it. If you're not a bodybuilder, you don't have to be extremely on point with everything. As long as you're like 80 or 90% correct, you will lose weight regardless, you'll build muscle regardless. And another neat thing about apps is that all the data is stored in there. So the amount of years that I've tracked something like my body weight, my calories using MyFitnessPal is astounding, and I can always go back in time, look at it, analyze the trends. It's much better than just having a little notebook where you just track the number of calories you're eating. A lot of these apps like our app and Chronometer, you can completely for free track every single micronutrient as well, which is pretty neat, as then you won't ever have to eat any vitamins. If you can max out the micronutrient profile of your diet, you won't ever have to use any type of supplementation. The second thing you have to do is to stop obsessing. Look, I've done it both ways. I've been super obsessive with my diet and I've been kind of relaxed about it. What I find is that somewhere in the middle is the best way to go about tracking calories. What do I mean by this? If you eat 2 slices of pizza and you don't really know how many calories the pizza has, I've done this a bunch of times, just track 2 slices of pizza. Just type in pizza, select 1 slice and multiply it by 2. You'll be like 80 to 90% right. And the one thing that nobody tells you as well is that over time you actually develop your intuition of how much calories food has. So if you've ever seen those memes of people having gym bro vision, this is exactly what happens. You become more correct over time. So that's also a pretty neat bonus. Another great example is sometimes I'll use 200 grams of rice, but I'll only pour in 198 by accident. Am I really gonna try to measure every single grain? No. Just roughly type in 200. If it's 195 or if it's like 203, who cares, bro? Just type in 200. If you're adding spices to foods, as long as it's not like any type of very fatty sauce or just sauce in general, if it's just like powdered spices, why are you tracking it? You're getting like an extra 10 calories. Who cares? You can burn those calories by just arguing with your wife for 5 minutes. You don't have to make it so overly complicated is what I am getting at. If you eat an apple in the morning and it's like a small sized apple, and then at lunch you eat a similar sized apple, you don't have to retrack the grams of the apple. Just copy and paste the apple that you ate in the morning. If you have 2 protein bars and they're very, very similar, just track 1 protein bar twice. You don't have to completely measure every single calorie. Just get like 90% of the way there. Focus on consistency over literally tracking every grain of rice. And the third and last thing is eat simple foods. If you're always eating the finest gourmet meals, if you're eating out every single goddamn day, it's going to be hard to track. Yes, oh my god, if you want to lose weight, if you want to be healthy, you can't be eating out all the time. Is this a shocker to anyone? I don't think so. Now look, I'm not saying you can't ever be going out, but like, dude, try to make your own food. Cook simple and efficient meals as often as you can, and you know, once in a while you can incorporate eating out. And as I said, the longer you track calories, the more of that gym bro vision that you get, the more accurate you're going to become at even guessing the calories in restaurant meals. And for the most part, we tend to eat kind of like the same 5 foods every single day, right? Throughout the entire week, we have a very huge selection of 5 different meals, right? So if you can just get the calories down of those meals and then roughly recreate them the same, you don't even have to track it. Just eyeball it. You're not a bodybuilder. You don't have to compete. You're just trying to lose the fat, right? So don't overdo it. Focus on consistency. If you want to 10x your weight loss, press the first link in the description and join our free school group. At 100 members, I'll make it paid, so if you join now, you get it free for life. If I gave you anything of value, consider subscribing to the channel and don't forget to stay savvy with your diet.